Contemplate the Body, Contemplate the Mind, by Fra Ajahn Funn Ācāro. Let us all contemplate ourselves and our surroundings. What is there? On mountains and hills there is earth and rock, that is the earth element. There are streams and rivers, that is the water element. There is sky and air, that is the wind element. There is heat and fire, that is the fire element. Look closely, what is the earth element? What is the water element? What is the wind element? What is the fire element? Does it get sick? Feel pain? Feel hot? Look at fire, do you see? The fire element that cooks food so it digests, that burns the body causing it to deteriorate and decay, or that warms the body, this is called the fire element. We come to dwell relying on these four elements, earth, water, wind, fire assembled together, and we call it a self, a person. When we separate and analyze the elements, there is nothing at all, not a single thing. Only elements remain. They reduce to rupa, form. The physical body consists of these four elements. The mental body, nama, consists of feeling, vedana, perception, sanya, mental formation, sankhara, and consciousness, vijnana. What are these things? Contemplate that the khandhas are all impermanent. Feeling is impermanent. Perception is impermanent. Formations are impermanent. Consciousness is impermanent. That's how it is. This is how we should contemplate. Do not regard it as a person. Do not regard it as a self, as a being. Do you understand this point? Each person should contemplate individually, and then there will be no illness. In the past, the Supreme Patriarch could not sleep. Someone went to preach this very topic to him. After the sermon, his mind became calm, and he could sleep. 2 doctors were attending him. In the evening he couldn't sleep, was restless. By morning he would often faint. That was Somdet Pra Mahaviravong of Wat Barom Nuwas. He asked for leave to go to Ubon. I went to Ubon and preached like this. He asked, "Will I last the rain's retreat, Venerable Sir?" Like this, of course not. Who could endure it? Not sleeping all night, restless like that. After the sermon, his mind calmed down. He could sleep comfortably and his illness disappeared. He lived another 4 or 5 years. So we should contemplate in the same way. Those things are elements. Earth, water, wind, fire, those things are feeling, perception, formations, consciousness. We see that all these things are impermanent. They are dukkha, suffering, not self, not a being. Where then is the self? Opanayiko, we must bring it inward. Patyatang, to be known only by oneself. Who is it that knows feeling? Who knows perception? Who knows formations? Who knows consciousness? We must bring it inward. Who says earth element? Who says water element? Who says wind element and fire element? One who is not awakened, putujana, does not know anything. When we analyze and separate them out, what remains is the Buddha, the knower. Thus we grasp the matter. Not knowing anything is because things are obscured. One doesn't know what to take as happiness, what to take as suffering, what is good, what is bad. It's dark like that. Now we have analyzed. Whatever part is earth element, it becomes earth. Whatever part is water element, it becomes water. Whatever part is wind element, it becomes wind. Whatever part is fire element, we see it all as fire. What is fire? What is earth? And does it sleep? Does it lie down? Does it get sick, feel pain, get tired, get hungry? We contemplate these things to know, in order to eliminate danger, eliminate enmity, eliminate defilements, craving, lust, greed, hatred, delusion, ignorance, craving, attachment, becoming, birth. Then we will not cling or grasp. When we see this, our mind lets go and abandons. Look, what is water? What is earth? Does it get sick? Does it feel pain? Does it spin or revolve? It doesn't say anything. It remains neutral like that. This is just a lump of dirt. It sits there as one lump. But we go around holding that it is a person, a self, a being. And then there is suffering. Confusion arises, distress arises. We assume that we are ill, that we are in danger, that we are this, that we are that. Regarding conventions, sammuti, beings are sunk in an ocean, sunk in conventions of being this or that. If we analyze and separate them out, there is nothing. The mind becomes calm. When the mind is calm, all dangers and enmities disappear. Only kamma remains. Therefore we should strive to see and know. The sense spheres, ayatana, are the source of all things, eyes, ears, nose. What are the eyes? What are ears? What is nose? What is tongue? What is body? They are not anything at all. Eyes are for seeing, ears for hearing, nose for smelling. Isn't that so? Tongue for tasting food, body for touching. Mind is for mental objects. Contemplate this. These are the sources of happiness and suffering. People see this way and that way. We must bring it inward. If we don't label things, is there anything? That's why we are led to contemplate. Focus your contemplation so that you know and see. When we analyze and separate those things, our mind becomes one. There is no person, no self, no being, no owner, no person, no home, no city, not a single thing. The mind lets go of everything. When the mind is completely empty, there is nothing, no danger, no enmity. Now we go and create kamma, create enmity, assuming this and that. It's because we are deluded by conventions. Beings are stuck here, sunk in this ocean they cannot cross. We must transcend conventions. Ask yourself, are you a mountain? Are you a calm bush? Doesn't it say no? Or what? Ask it. Are you a calm bush? Silence. See? It doesn't say anything. We go and label it, but it remains neutral. It doesn't say it's a calm bush. The calm tree doesn't say either. Ask, are you earth? See? It doesn't say anything at all. Are you water? Are you wind? Are you fire? It doesn't say anything. We simply get deluded on our own. That's why we must analyze and separate so as not to be deluded. Let Buddha know. Our mind is calm, joyful. Buddha is joyful. Buddha is radiant. Buddha is the knower. Whatever arises, it knows completely. Let us know sankhara as they are, know consciousness as it is. Sankhara are impermanent. Consciousness is also entirely impermanent. We should not cling to them as self or being. If we don't cling, our mind is freed from suffering. If we don't label, it's freed. Our mind is freed from suffering. If we don't say suffering, is there suffering? Don't say it. Don't label. In truth, there is no suffering or difficulty. Look at this physical body. After death, they invite monks to perform the funeral cloth ceremony. They say they are pulling for the dead person. Actually, they are pulling for us living to see. In the past, that dead person was just like us, worried about this and that, clinging to this and that. Now that they are dead, what has become of them? They don't cling to anything. They used to complain of pain and aches, slap at mosquitoes, suffer from this pain and that. After being cremated, they don't complain at all. They still have complete legs, arms, ears, eyes, nose. Look at us all. This is why we practice kammatthana, meditation. We contemplate funeral cloth ceremony. We contemplate the sense of spiritual urgency, samvega. The teachers tell us to first contemplate ourselves. Ayang attabhava, this existence, this birth is dukkha, anicca, anatta, impermanent, suffering, not self, not a being. Asuchi, asubha, it is just a pool of pus and filth all the same. Imang kammatthana paveti, one should develop meditation to see it that way. The teachers tell us to contemplate ourselves to see it that way. Anicca sankhara, indeed, formations are like this. They are all impermanent. We should not be deluded. Contemplate to know and see. We don't get entangled in anything, don't cling to anything. No entanglement with children, grandchildren, home, city. This one has no entanglement, no clinging to status, no clinging to anything at all. Nothing entangles, do you see? We should focus to know and see. Why is a person happy? It is because of the calming of sankhara, vupasamo sukho, happiness due to the stilling of formations. Sabbe satta maranticha maring sucha marisare, tateva hung marisami, nati me eta samsayo. All beings die, have died, and will die. Just so, I too will die. There is no doubt about this. Don't doubt. We all must be like this. Beings have died. Those alive now will also die. We need not doubt. What else is there to doubt? What can we gain from anything at all? In the past, people worried about this and that, couldn't go anywhere, only clung and grasped, afraid of lacking, afraid of hunger, afraid of suffering, afraid of poverty. Now they are not afraid of anything at all. Even when fire is piled on them, they don't cry out, ouch, even once. We should contemplate to know and see like that, so we won't be deluded. This is the Dhamma teaching. The living don't listen. When performing funeral cloth ceremony, they say they are pulling for the dead to go to heaven or nibbana. Hey, how would they know? When a person is about to die, coldness rises from the feet, from the arms and hands, while the head grows cool. They all converge at the heart. If that person has merit, has built merit, the merit goes to produce a new birth. Why would it stay? Why would it stay in that coffin? If it was still there, it would be wriggling around, wouldn't it? It would be able to speak. Why would it lie still, continuing on in becoming? If there is demerit, it experiences suffering. When the khandhas are about to cease, it begins. Bhava sambhavanti. It is restless because it has no place to cling to, no place to go. Once it sees, in a flash it's gone, like taking a photograph. How could it remain? It's not that performing funeral cloth ceremony sends that person to heaven or nibbana. It is performed for the living to see. The teachers want us to see, to contemplate. After all that clinging to this and that, what did we gain? What is there? Now, we kammatthana practitioners must contemplate. worrying about this and that, clinging to this and that as ours, we don't gain anything at all. The teachers point this out. If we see it, the mind withdraws attachment to the khandhas. It doesn't become confused, agitated, hot, distressed, chaotic, or entangled. Seeing this, it stops, abandons, lets go. The mind is freed from suffering. The reason it is not freed is because it clings and grasps. Contemplate this. The funeral cloth ceremony is performed for the living, good people to listen, not to send the dead to heaven. The dead person has already gone. Why would they stay? If they were still there, they would be moving. Isn't that so? If you burn them with fire, they would cry, "Ouch!" But here, even when the fire burns, they remain still. If they were still there, they would cry, "Ouch! Ouch!" because they are still there. Kamavacha rung kusalung chittang, ruparamanungwa, sadaramanungwa, gandharamanungwa, rasaramanungwa, potabaramanungwa, tamaramanungwa. The wholesome consciousness of the sense sphere takes an object, form, sound, smell, taste, touch, or mental object. After death, how could it stay? At the moment of cessation it snaps, instantly attaches to a new existence. It doesn't remain. That's how it is. Know it like that. Regarding funeral cloth ceremony, there is an ancient story. In the suttas it is said that there was a beautiful woman named Sirima. The monks, who were still ordinary worldlings, Putuyana, when they saw her beauty, felt lust, desire, and delight, to the point that they could not even go for alms. Because of their lust and delight in that form, later that woman died, her khandhas ceased. The Buddha used an expedient means. He sent people to invite those monks to contemplate, as explained above. Bhava, anicca, dukkha, anatta, all states of becoming are impermanent. They are just a pool of pus and lymph like this. Imang kamatana bhaveti, one must develop meditation by contemplating this. Who would want a form like this? Even if given away for free, who would want it? When those monks went and saw, they felt a sense of spiritual urgency. Their minds became calm, and they all attained arahantship. That's how it was. Therefore, contemplating a corpse has great benefits. That is why monks are invited to perform funeral cloth ceremony. But if monks accept the invitation and then go and focus on getting money and gold, that won't work, huh? It becomes like that. The teachers advise to reflect on kamatana, to contemplate in order to gain great benefits. One who sees like that has a mind that is not entangled, does not cling to anything. The mind abandons and lets go of everything. It has nothing to cling to, nothing to grasp. It is the same as one who has ceased the khandhas. If a child cries, "Mother, don't go. Father, don't go. Please stay with me," you can't. If a child wants to go, "Please stay with your father and mother," you can't. If a wife wants to go, "Please stay with your husband first," you can't. You can't ask each other to stay. Each one goes with their own karma. Seeing this, one is not deluded like that. Right now, we are deluded, confused, and distressed. Deluded by conventions, thinking, "This is mine, that is mine, this is my property, that is my property." People argue, "Mine, mine, mine." All of it. The self, no one can reclaim it. You can't take anything. Mine! Mine! Look at a woman in a faint, for example. Where is mine? She faints. If she were truly ourself, try telling her not to faint. Does she listen? This is delusion. Do you understand? I'm explaining. Performing funeral cloth ceremony is not to send the dead to heaven. It is for the living to see. Having seen, they will have faith, confidence and devotion, so they can continue to give alms, keep precepts and practice meditation. After contemplating and reflecting on spiritual urgency, some attain realization, that is bringing it inward to oneself. Contemplate to see that truly nothing is gained. Status, where does it stay? Wealth, where does it stay? Children and grandchildren, where do they stay? House and land, where do they stay? Nothing is truly gained. The crucial point is to let go of everything. Do you understand? I'm explaining this. All right. Now sit down and contemplate to see. I've given the Dhamma talk. Focus your contemplation to know and see whether it's true or not. Sit and make the mind calm. Don't send it forward or backward. Sit comfortably. If you want to be rich or prosperous, contemplate to see what your mind is like, what it has. I've explained it. We come to dwell relying on the four elements, earth, water, wind, fire assembled together. We take it as a self, a being. Where is it? Focus and see, what do we worry about? What do we cling to? What are we entangled with? Contemplate. When our body is comfortable, recite or recollect. Buddho, Dhammo, Sangho 3 times, then settle on just Buddho. Buddho is a single word. Don't send your mind forward, backward, left, right, up or down. Establish it right in the middle, at the place of knowing. Buddho, Buddho, stay there. Don't send your mind elsewhere. Close your eyes, close your mouth and focus. Make the mind calm. We want happiness and comfort. Don't think about suffering and difficulty. Whatever is suffering, that is not ourself. Don't send the mind out. Establish it at the place of knowing. This knowing is important. It is not subject to breaking, destruction or loss. It is the inner knower. Focus to see that it exists individually for each person. Happiness and suffering, good and bad, all are conventions. Happiness is something we label ourselves. Suffering we label ourselves. Good we label ourselves. Bad we label ourselves. Don't label anything. Cool, hot, we label it all ourselves. Don't label. Just set the mind at ease. That's enough. Then things will be good. When the mind is wholesome, kusala, it is completely empty. The mind is at ease. The mind is good, happy, comfortable. What we have come here for is happiness, comfort, and freedom from suffering. What other happiness and comfort would you want besides a calm mind? When our mind is calm, happiness and comfort arise right there. They don't arise elsewhere. They don't arise because of material objects or possessions. Only when our mind is at ease is there happiness. When our mind is at ease, everything we do is comfortable, work, trade, all activities we are happy and at ease. Dhamma brings happiness and comfort. In whatever birth or existence, Dhamma protects those who practice it. If our mind is not good, if there is suffering, difficulty, confusion, distress, heaviness, drowsiness, agitation, restlessness, then Dhamma leads beings into suffering and poverty. Even sitting like this we can suffer. It's not far away. It is Dhamma itself that brings us suffering and difficulty. Therefore we must stop, must abandon. Don't cling. Whatever is suffering or difficult, let it go completely. From now on, I won't explain further. Each of you contemplate. Set your mind at ease. Whatever sounds you hear, just know them. Note that they are not dangerous. And don't be upset. Set your mind at ease. At ease. Silent sitting. Make the mind comfortable. If you want happiness and comfort, don't cling to expectations. If you want to cure illness or danger, make a resolution. Establish your truthfulness, satya, and perfection, parami. This is how to cut off evil and karma. There is no other way. We must make the mind calm. If our mind is not calm, it goes on creating karma, danger, enmity. When our mind is calm, there is no karma. All evil disappears. Only happiness and comfort remain. We want happiness and comfort. You won't find it in wealth and possessions. Only when our mind is calm. When the mind is calm, it experiences happiness and comfort. Illness, danger, and all those wretched defilements disappear. All misfortunes vanish. From now on, keep doing this. Do you hear? If our mind is still weak, strengthen it. Establish a foundation, a base. It all depends on our mind. Success depends on our mind. Everything begins with the mind. The mind is the foundation. The mind is the leader. It doesn't depend on anything else. We let our mind be weak, so it becomes weak. Don't let it be weak anymore. Make the mind strong. Contemplate everything I have explained. This physical body is not our self. If it were our self, it wouldn't be subject to illness and danger. If we want to cure illness and danger, we must calm the mind. If the mind is calm, all illnesses and dangers disappear. That's how it is. If the mind is not calm, it keeps creating karma, creating enmity, creating danger. It never ends. Danger ends because our mind has no danger. Karma ends because our mind has no karma. Evil ends because our mind has no evil. Suffering ends because our mind has no suffering. See? It ends right there. If our mind does not suffer, what can make it suffer? If our mind is not evil, where would evil come from? There is none. From now on, each of you practice, contemplate, to know and see. This is what is called listening to Dhamma. All Dhamma, who makes it for us? No one makes it. We make it ourselves. Now we are living here in seclusion, in peace, free from dangers. Everything must be heard and seen. No one summons us to take anything. No one tells us to do anything at all. All evil karma, all happiness and suffering, all good and bad, we are the ones who do them ourselves. Now contemplate. We say we have come far from home, from the city. Think about it. It's not far. It's right here in our own heart. Home, city, everything, it's all right here in our heart. Therefore the Buddha taught to solve everything at the heart. When the heart has nothing, then everything ends. This point you should often contemplate. Where is our refuge, our dwelling, our support? Why are we suffering and struggling, having to complain? Things themselves don't suffer or struggle. It's only hard on the heart we say we are poor. Things aren't poor. It's only poor in the heart, not poor anywhere else. When the heart is poor, then everything is poor. Wealth and possessions are like that. If our heart is not poor, then nothing is poor. If the heart does not suffer, then nothing suffers. If the heart is not in difficulty, then nothing is difficult. That's how it is. What difficulty do things have? They don't say anything, they don't suffer or have any difficulty. They all remain neutral. Money and gold don't tell us to go take them. They don't tell us to go seek them. Rice, water, food, they don't tell us to eat them, do they? Does rice say, if you don't eat me, I'll hit your mouth? Rice is neutral, isn't it? Does money say, if you don't keep me, I'll hit your hand? It doesn't say anything, it remains neutral. Left in the sun and rain, it stays like that, that's how it is. But we want it ourselves. If we want it, then we must be diligent and industrious. But let the mind be happy, let the mind be at ease. When the mind is happy and at ease, everything is at ease. That's the important point. Has your tiredness gone? If you want to sleep, sleep while focusing on the heart until you fall asleep. When the mind has Buddha, it is greater than everything. Greater than Indra, Brahma, Devaputras, Devas, Yakas, Kumhandas, Garudas, Nagas. When has Buddha ever been insignificant? Our mind is greater than all of them. That's how it is. Do you understand? All right. We can stop. End of Dhamma talk.